Tinaishe means God with us.
To also think about your God, how He's done to you, what He's done to you. When I got Him, I thought, oh, God is with us.
For me, it just means like, no matter what I do, God is still with me.
I'm from Zimbabwe, Masvingo. Masvingo is just like a small town, small families, small schools to accommodate like few people, I guess, because the population is a little small there. I wanted to try everything. I think that's when I realized that I'm kind of a quick learner to almost everything. I was played soccer, yeah, but I was kind of slow, so I didn't play a lot of soccer.
He is not afraid. He just saying, oh no, I'm going to do this. He was just someone who was very courageous.
In African countries, the fathers will be working and the moms will be just chilling home with the kids, taking care of the kids and making sure that the kids are growing up in a good path. So my mom didn't work by that time, but later on she started working. My dad was in the military and he was kind of smart, so he had like some other side hustles. Right now I can like really see he was hustling, and I think that's where I get it from. Just him in the military trying to like, dress his kids up to take them to the library. There was a standard of life he was trying to put in us, So just like the way he was trying to be classy at all costs, even though his packet wasn't classy.
Very, very close. He loved his fans.
It was a Sunday, so we went to the church, and after like the service, we were supposed to then go to a place called Mbalabala. Mbalabala, that's where he was working at. It was just like a small camp, a military camp.
When we got to the workplace, he just felt sick. He was vomiting. I decided to take him to the nearby clinic. When he went there, the condition changed dramatically. To the extent that the doctors were there, called for an ambulance. They transferred him to a big hospital in Bulawayo.
The next thing I remember was waking up at Mbalabala, already arrived in the room. Like we just woke up and my father wasn't there. Mom just called and she was like, he's in the hospital.
I think the doctors, they were very sure that he was gonna be okay. So that is what we were informed.
If someone dies in the military, there's like a certain way they organize things that you can easily figure out someone has passed away. So when they started making like tents and everything, I think my brother, like, he had like a small idea, but I was too young to get the sense, So he just asked me like, hey, is it that someone has died? Or like there is a party, or mom is trying to surprise us or something. And like we didn't even expect that he's dead, because he was good when we left him. At around 6 p.m. that day, that's when our mom came and everyone was already in the house. As I walk in, my mom called us. My mom called me and my brother and my young brother. She started like running around the bush, but by the time she told us that Dad has passed away, we already knew.
When it happened, they were not there. I didn't get them to the hospital. I just came with his father in a coffee. So, in much, it was not easy for them to accept it.
Yeah, we were in shock.
was like the big brother, so I had to comfort my brothers about what was happening. For my role in the family, it was pretty unclear in that point because I was also young. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no sense about the future. I just put myself to taking care of my brother.
When I saw that event like happening, and whenever we talk about that event with my brother, it's just like everything is possible, right? Like we can just wake up and someone is dead. So how about we can just wake up and I'm the best volleyball player in the world? My brother taught me volleyball. My brother was playing volleyball at our primary school, and we just go there to watch them play. And I would just like see like the vibe, like he would play volleyball after the game, talk to some girls, get some hugs. When we are kids, hugs, it's like a big thing. Oh, I got a hug. And then my brother would just come home and, talk me off, trash talk me about that. Like, hey, did you see the way I was playing today, And then I was like, since I'm good at learning everything, let me try to learn volleyball. I started just playing volleyball with my brother, and he started teaching me. And that's why I still respect him up to now. We started playing volleyball even in our backyard. I think we played for like 3 years. He has a rule that says he doesn't lose. So he would beat me like every day that was for like a year, I guess. And after that, I started getting better. That's when I realized that I'm getting better than you. We have 10 provinces in Zimbabwe. So in each and every province, for the youth games, each and every province has to come up with like one team. To be honest, I just went there, I wasn't selected. So I was like, okay, I might just pull up to the trials. That's when Coach Aaron saw me, and he was like, hey, how old are you?
I saw him as a boy who was carrying bags for seniors. I said, young man, can we talk? I see you've got great potential and more interested in volleyball. Instead of approaching the seniors that you was working with, I did start to talk to him.
That was my plan, because before that, I was on Google every day trying to look for his phone number. So that was like a big opportunity for me, like when I saw him and when I realized that he was also interested in me. He called me and they were like, hey kid, we want you to come to Tinaishe High School and we'll give you a good scholarship. I called my mom, I was like, hey, you don't have to pay tuition for me anymore. I'm going to Tinaishe next year. Coach Aaron is my one coach. Because by that time when he took me to Tinaishe, he became everything. Volleyball-wise, teaching me even the capital city style, Because when I went to Tinaishe, no one was in Harare. My family was in Mashingo. He's lucky, maybe a manager, let's say, but a father. I remember at one point there was a club that approached him, and then they approached him with a contract. It was one of the best clubs in Zimbabwe at that time. And that club gave every other player contracts, the same contract. And one of those players who were given the same contract as everyone else was me. Best players in our country, they signed the contract. But for me, since they cannot send the contract to me, I was pretty young. They sent it to Coach Aaron. He wrote his own contract, adding more everything, hey, if you want this kid, you gotta drop him at school and pick him up at school. And everything. And those kind of things, they're unrealistic.
It was his plan to become the first volleyball player in Zimbabwe to play overseas and get a college scholarship so that they can change his life from just playing volleyball in the dust courts here in Africa and playing the volleyball that he normally sees in TVs during Olympic Games. He told me, Coach, maybe one day I'll play for America.
when we were kids, we were just like, hey, we wanna go to USA to just see like what is going on. Just saying it only to say it. But as I grew up, it became real, and yeah.
I had been in contact with him at my former institution, and he had actually committed there. Then things obviously shifted, as many things did with the pandemic. And then fast forward, we play a season. He was not able to come to the States at that time based on travel guidelines, and then that's kind of where we fell out of touch. He ends up back in the States, and I'm now here at Ball State. And that's kind of when we kind of reconnected, was last summer. When you start watching some video, you're looking for certain things, and with T was in the first 10 seconds, you can realize that this is a unique athlete that does some things differently than most recruits that I was seeing at that time. Even with good AI, I don't think you could recreate what he was doing in that film.
I haven't played this kind of volleyball in my life. The guys are really good, and they know how to act, and the guys have like a good sense of humor. This is like the biggest gym I've ever practiced in. So like everything was just like, wow, this is what we used to pray for.
I think he's brought a really cool dynamic to our group. Then the volleyball side of things, and what a special athlete that he is, and how he is able to learn things so quickly.
I remember telling people in my country, and they were like, ain't no way. They told me I wouldn't make it in the NIH school that I was at. So just imagine like what they are thinking about right now.
It was his former school. I watched him play. That's when I really watched him play. And I saw he could play very well. But I never thought that it would go in so far.
That's very funny, but
I'll say to him, only the sky is the limit. Keep on working hard. You never know, one day you will reach your goals easily.
I also want to help people with volleyball. And I also want to help people not with volleyball. The first help we can give is just financial help. I must start by helping in Africa. There are some areas that are really struggling. We can say a lot. People won't even listen to you if they are hungry.
Go on. Let's close. Let's kind of close.
What I want to do is to just simplify the next kid's life.
Good job, guys. It was fun. This part.
My plan is to build like schools and gyms. What I don't want is like a kid not practicing because it's raining outside, because there were some days where I didn't practice because it was raining outside. The text that I get from my friends back home right now, they'll be telling me like, wow, dude, I'm telling you, the way I'm playing right now, I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for every kid in USA. But they couldn't say that like 3 years ago when I was telling them like, hey, I'm gonna be one of the best players in USA. They couldn't say that.
What would you say to your father if you were to walk through that door right now?
How proud are you? How proud are you? Yeah, because I know that dude proud right now.
That's hard.
My favorite part about David is that he played a harp for the king for like a lot of years. He was just playing a harp. And like no one knew God's purpose for David. Even David didn't know why he was playing a harp for a king. But little did like anyone know that God wanted to prepare David to be the next king. We are both not perfect because everyone makes mistakes. David made a lot of mistakes in the Bible, but God will still say he's my chosen one.